When we spoke a couple of months ago, you talked a lot about the importance of chemistry, and it's not that I didn't believe it, but to actually sort of see that in motion, what you see on the film, when you see, on the website, or what you are used to as a consumer.
Yeah.
I was actually sincerely surprised to see just how sort of naturally everything flowed between y'all.
Yeah.
Even as I'm seeing you kind of contort yourself around the camera and sort of make things work. It felt, I don't know, very sincere in a way, just the way that y'all were able to play off of each other. How do you cultivate that?
Yeah, well, I love that. And you're lucky today because I'm working with someone that I have a genuine, affectionate, loving relationship with. So for us, that chemistry is kind of already there for us. We've known each other for probably 12 or 13 years now, and we've just spent a lot of time together. And obviously we've both been doing this for a while, so there just is already a natural chemistry there between the two of us. When it is someone that maybe I'm working with for the first time, or I don't already have that bond with, the way that I personally cultivate that connection and that chemistry is a lot of touch, and a lot of eye contact, a lot of almost gripping and holding close to me and breathing together. And
feels like dance in that way, the way you're sort of cueing somebody that, okay, when I lean in, you lean in, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so even when it's just what we just did was kind of it was obviously a fetish oriented, so with the foot fetish orientation, and it's specific, but when we do a scene where it's just and action, and you start having a sex scene, then it's so much as a dance. And if you can kind of tell the difference, not 100% across the board, but someone who's just starting out in the business, just starting out as a performer, versus someone who's been doing it for a really long time, it is exactly as you say. There's a give and a take. When you receive and when you give and when you come together, and hopefully if you have that chemistry and you can get that passion going and stuff, it just flows like this beautiful ballet.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, it is similar to the way somebody might be able to, go two-stepping at their local dance hall or go to a dance club or whatever, versus actually watching a professional on TV and those kinds of things. It's the same basic thing, but there's obviously a lot of talent and skill that goes into being able to do it, I guess, on your level. So when we talk about sort of the stereotypes that people have around pornography or around the fake expectations and things like that, I think there's actually maybe a different lens for it, that this is something that we maybe do want to be emulating in some ways, that communication, that give and take, there is something really admirable here.
I agree with that totally. I think there's a lot to learn from porn. It's just what is the porn that you're looking at?
Sure.
Everybody's always just porn is always this, and this. It's always guys spitting on girls or slapping them in the face, and it's really rough. And I'm well, that's only the porn what you're seeing. You have a very small web, that's a very limited viewpoint of a part of porn for sure. But that's just one part, and there's so much. And when you have stuff like the kind of productions that we make, for sure, it's what we're doing a lot more often is just capturing a beautiful moment, and there is a work aspect to it, a performance aspect to it, and also a genuine aspect to it. It's a mixture of those things. And I kind of do feel that even when you're having intimate sex with a partner, I don't know, there's a little bit of performance to it. If you want it to be really good and really fun and satisfying for both of you, it's kind of it can feel better for yourself to make eye contact with your partner, to squeeze them and grip them, and it feels good, it gets the vibe up, and I think there is porn that we can learn a lot from. I might be biased, but
Sure. No, I mean, whether we're talking about a concert or sports or stand-up comedian or any other kind of performer, you want somebody who is excited to be there, who is enjoying themselves. And there's a little bit of a veneer to it, but there's also something sincere that's going on.
You put it so beautifully. That's exactly right.
why do you feel like we have that negative lens when it comes to porn so much? That this is, I mean, obviously there's a lot of shame in our culture around sexuality.
It goes back thousands of years.
Sure.
Like,
but I mean, just in particular, there is this notion that everything that happens on porn is a bad expectation, that this is not how we should be seeing our sex lives. And, you know, I don't expect anybody to be a professional dancer, but we don't come with that same baggage, that same expectation.
Right. Yeah, agree. It has to do with so many things and so many misconceptions about porn in general. I mean, I hope what you could see there too is like, you know, we finished the clip and we kissed because we were having a good time and we like each other, you know? And that's because I think the biggest thing that I really wish I could get people to understand is that, like, I chose to do this with my life. I love doing this with my life.
Sure.
It makes me happy. It brings me joy. It brings me so much freedom, like so much freedom. And it's work, but sometimes it can be a lot. But that's mainly when I'm sitting on the computer. That aspect is a lot. When I get to shoot, I'm just kind of like, this is awesome, and you know, so. It's that thing where people think that we're somehow victims, and I don't appreciate other people telling me that I'm some kind of a victim, because I'm not.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't want to be cavalier about it, but I'm here on set with you. There is no creepy pimp hidden in the corner anywhere. There's, you know, no evidence that anybody here is against their will. It's just people enjoying themselves, having a good time, and getting a little bit of work done, because this is a workplace.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I deliver the product to the customer, and they get some joy out of that. They get some pleasure out of that. You know, we sell lots of things in this world that bring people pleasure and joy, and this is just one of those things, and that's how I see it. And I think it does, I know that it makes people's lives better. Some people, you know, I don't want to, like, make assumptions about, like, what my customers and stuff like that, but I do know for a fact, you know, I worked in strip clubs for many, many years before I launched directly into porn, and, you know, there's just, like, some need there that's completely being ignored by most of society, and that's even shamed for having that need, which is, like, touch, which is, like, intimacy, you know, whatever it is, all that stuff. And
Well, even just the specificity of sex, like we were talking about, like being able to ask for that specific thing without, you know, trying to leverage a partner in a monogamous relationship, or, you know, blowing up all your relationships, trying to seek out something specific in these ways.
Yeah, for example, like the foot thing we just did, you know, you just never know someone's circumstances, and so it's like this customer wanted some foot stuff, some lesbian foot stuff. He was able to come to me, pay me a price, and I made him this thing. Now he gets to enjoy this thing I made him, like, for the rest of his life, and or he can get more new ones, hopefully. But yeah, so to me, it's just it's a gift. I think it's important for people to get the things that they need in life, sexually.
Yeah, no, I can't help but want to just emphasize over and over that recreational doesn't mean vapid. It doesn't mean that it isn't important or valuable.
Agree. That's, basis of my life, I think.